Do you think that, by winning 2 consecutive matches, you are on the highway of reaching the semi-finals, or it is too early?
No, and I think, in my opinion, it's too early to decide that. I think after about 6 games, we'll be in a better position to know where we stand in the tournament, where we stand in the table. But yeah, we couldn't have asked for a better start against two strong sides. The good thing is we're playing all strong sides up front. So, as I mentioned in Mumbai before we left, if we do well in the first phase, then we'll be in a better position to reach the semi-finals. So, for us, it's actually a good thing that we're playing the strongest sides in world cricket. If you look at the rankings before the first phase gets over, so from that point of view, we have to be at the best, at the top of our game, and precisely what we've done in the 2 games, and that's why we won both.
Virat, when you were out there batting, the crowd was giving Steve Smith a hard time. You seemed to be gesturing to try and get them to perhaps treat him a little differently. Can you just talk us through why you did that and how you saw it?
Look, I think what's happened has happened like long back. The guy is back, he's trying to play well for his side. Even in the IPL, I saw him. It's not good to see someone down like that, to be honest. I mean, we've had issues in the past. We've had a few arguments on the field, but you don't want to see a guy, feeling that heat every time he goes out to play. I mean, what's happened has happened. Everyone's known that. He's come back. He's worked hard. He's playing well for his side now. So just because there's so many Indian fans here, I just didn't want them to set a bad example, to be honest, because he didn't do anything to be booed, in my opinion. He's just playing cricket. I mean, he was just standing there, and I felt bad because if I was in a position where, something had happened with me, and I had apologized, I accepted it, and I came back, and still I would get booed, I wouldn't like it either. So I just felt for him, and I told him I'm sorry for on behalf of the crowd, because I've seen that happen in a few earlier games as well, and in my opinion, that's not acceptable.
Virat, considering that we had lost to almost the same Australian side 4 years ago in Sydney, do you feel extremely pleased after having today's tough match?
Look, we were more motivated to win today because of the fact that we lost the series in India, being 2-0 up, and there was no Mitchell Stark either. So him coming in makes their bowling lineup even stronger. So I think we had to be at the top of our game, as I said, and couldn't have asked for a better game, to be honest, in all 3 departments. Set the tone the way we wanted to with the bat up front, getting a very good opening partnership. I got runs. Hardik played outstandingly well. MS played his role perfectly. KL just struck the ball so beautifully. So from that point of view, I think we played a really good one-day game today, something that any team would want to do. And yes, the results in the past, we had to make sure that against this side, we win all the moments, the crucial moments. Once you let your foot off the pedal, then they will capitalize because they're always looking to be on top of the opposition. So very, very pleased with this win.
Virat, just before you, Aaron Finch came and said that you bowled very well to David Warner and kept him quiet, and ultimately that did make a difference. Can you throw light on that particular aspect of the game today where you kept Warner quiet?
Well, we sort of felt like they were a bit hesitant in going for the boundary option. So the communication was very simple: bowl, at good lengths, but within the stumps, and pitch it up. Because as a batsman, I know when you're not looking for a boundary option, the last ball you want is a length ball on stumps, because you have to play a good shot to get a boundary. And I just felt like at that stage, they didn't want to lose wickets. Was the mentality that we felt like they wanted to keep wickets so that it can strike big in the end. But I think that was too big a total to play like that initially. So we sensed that, the bowlers sensed that, and then we just thought the higher we take the run rate, we will get a few chances to take wickets, and then the game will go beyond them slowly. So I think that the communication was important from the bowlers as well. So it was both ways. It wasn't just me speaking to them. We both had a discussion, and then we executed a plan.
Virat, 2 things. One, what about Shikhar's injury? An update on that, and also the fact that have you during these phases, has the Indian team 22 overs of dot balls? If we go by the dot ball count, it's an astounding count against an Australian team of this quality. So how do you rate that? an extension of that question. 22 dot ball.
Shikhar's fitness, I'm not too sure at the moment. Just come out of the field, and Patrick's in control of the situation. He will give us an update by tomorrow, and then I'm sure it will be conveyed through Molan to the whole media setup. Yeah, look, I mean, I mentioned before the game, if we put enough runs on the board, we back our bowling lineup to defend anything. And there's a good reason why I said that, because you have two spinners in the middle overs who are always looking to pick wickets, and then you have Bhuvi, Bumrah, Hardik's bowling really well. Kedar can chip in with a few overs. On an overcast day, Shami could play as well. So you're looking at strike bowlers through and through. So in one-day cricket, when you have strike bowlers, you will have dot balls, because the batsman will give respect to a guy who can get you out. So I think we have a really good bowling lineup, and they understand their strengths. More importantly, you just give them the ball in a situation, and they know exactly what to do. So I literally don't have anything to plan with these guys, because they do their skills so well, and they're at the top of their game right now for sure. And I hope they can be in that mindset so that we can go along with the tournament.
Virat, what was the thought process when we were actually at 36 overs, 220 for 2, you were already scoring at 6, sending Pandya at number 4? At that point, you suddenly reckon it's a 350 pitch, not 325. I mean, ultimately it proved as a kind of a great plan, because it scored at 177 strike rate.
Yeah, look, the communication before that was, if I get out, MS will come in to control that one end. And if the other guy gets out, if Shikhar got out, then I would have, Hardik would have stepped in. So exactly what happened, and the communication came from the management. They said, let's send Hardik and try and capitalize this phase, because last time we played here against Sri Lanka, we got 330 and we lost the game. And then the fact that Hardik said to me in the middle, the fact that I'm there at one end gave him more freedom to just strike from ball one, and he literally just wanted to strike at 200. That was his plan, and then MS came in and he did the same job beautifully. So yeah, I think that's where management and that communication is very important also. They understood that this is a phase where we could get those extra runs, and they just sent Hardik, and I think that was a really, really good plan.
Right, we saw another incident of the bails not coming off when the stumps got hit today. You might have got David Warner out a bit earlier. Is it something that needs to be looked at with the bails?
Definitely. I mean, this is not something which you expect at the international level. I think with the technology is great. I mean, the lights come on, and it's very precise when you actually make something happen with the stumps. But you literally have to smash the stumps really hard. And I'm saying that as a batsman. I mean, if I see something happening like that, I'd be very surprised also. And these are fast bowlers. I mean, these are not, your medium pace bowlers. So I don't know. And MS said we checked the stump hole as well. The stump was not knocked in very hard. It was actually loose. So I don't know what's actually wrong with the stump. The outer coating of the stump, I have no idea what's going on due to the lights coming on. If the stump is too thick or too rigid, or I have no idea. But I'm sure no team would like seeing stuff like that. When you actually bowl a good ball, and then you don't get the guy out, the ball hits the stump and the lights don't come on, or the lights come on and the bail comes back onto the stump. I mean, I haven't seen that happen so many times in the past.
You actually didn't even shift gears in your knock. You kept playing at the tempo, and you still got what you got. But was there any temptation, any thought somewhere in the mind that should I step up more than I'm doing? And secondly, considering how well Shami bowled in the IPL.
Okay. Yeah, that thought did come to my mind. After I crossed 50, I sort of spoke to Hardik, and he said, I don't necessarily need to take any chances, because Hardik and MS are supposed to do that particular job. And he said the fact that you are at one end gives me more assurance to play my game. So I had to take responsibility of holding an end, but still maintaining tempo, knocking the ball around. And then in the last 5-6 overs, I think I played about 6 balls. So I would play 1 ball in 3 overs, and that was also a single immediately. So as a batsman, you can't really get rhythm after a while. These things happen in the one-day game. It's as long as guys like Hardik and MS play like that, I have no problem in just doing my job and taking singles and being at one end. So sometimes you will get an opportunity to strike as well, and this is what we discussed as a team. If some guys are hitting at a certain strike rate, you make sure that you play a second fiddle and control the game. Because if we lost 5 wickets in that phase, you're looking at 20 runs less maybe. So I think holding wickets in hand is very important also. And as I said today, we really batted in a very balanced way.
Virat, there have been some great Indian batting sides, but in terms of power hitting and flexibility, is this perhaps right up there in 50-over cricket?
Yeah, I mean, look, KL didn't even play, 5-6 balls in this innings, and he can strike the ball as you saw he can. Kedar didn't play a ball, and you're talking about Hardik, MS, Kedar, KL Rahul, serious hitting ability and serious talent with the bat. So, look, we're very well equipped, and as we said, if one of the top 3 gets 100, and today all 3 of us got runs, and then these guys become even more dangerous because they already have a platform where they can just come in and literally play like a T20 game. And when that happens, you feel really good as a batting unit because that's where these guys express themselves fully, and their skill sets come out to the max potential, and these guys enjoy batting like that also. So yeah, we have a lot of depth in our batting and the ability to strike big, score at a strike rate of 180, 200, and really take the game away from the opposition. So from that point of view, I think we're well equipped. As long as we do the job at the top, these guys will always be a factor for us.
Yeah, Virat, you were very pleased there in the middle when you were batting with Hardik, the way he was coming on and playing his first World Cup, and really, really pleased with the way he's really come back strongly and really performed so far.
Yeah, clarity of mind, brilliant striking ability, as I just mentioned. He knows he's batting really well, and in the past sometimes he tried too hard, but I think what this IPL has done for his batting is that he believes or he knows that he can clear the boundary whenever he wants. So he's not trying to overhit the ball, and he's just timing the ball so well. And when you know that as a batsman that you can clear the boundary and you necessarily don't need to make anything happen, but the bowler's under pressure because he needs to get it right, that's the most amazing phase to be in, and I think he's going through that. Honestly, he doesn't really care, what tournament he's playing. He just wants to go out there and express himself, and that's his strength, and he should always stick to that strength. And that's why we back him so much, because he has game-changing ability and he believes in himself a lot. So he's in a good space right now. Important to stay in that space, really have fun, which he's doing at the moment, and I'm really delighted to see him come back so strongly and just enjoying himself on the field. He's not taking things too harshly on him. He's just having fun and respecting the sport and just playing the sport for the love of it. So, which is really good to see.
विराट, ये शिखर की अगर बात करें तो बड़ा स्टेज, बड़ा मैच, बड़ा इनिंग, ये बड़े बड़े लोग बड़ी बड़ी बातें क्या चेक?
नहीं, बहुत सर, अगर आप दोनों को ही देखें, रोहित और शिखर, उनका जो आईसीसी टूर्नामेंट्स में रिकॉर्ड है और बड़ी टीमों के अगेंस्ट जो रिकॉर्ड है वो आउटस्टैंडिंग है। और एक रीज़न है कि आप अगर 2013 से अब तक देखें तो एक ही ओपनिंग पेयर चल रहा है। ये बहुत रेयर होता है वनडे क्रिकेट में स्पेशली कि 6 साल तक एक ओपनिंग पेयर डोमिनेट करे इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट में। बारिंग अ फ्यू इंजरीज, आई डोंट थिंक इन लोगों ने कभी भी वनडे क्रिकेट और T20 क्रिकेट मिस करी है। तो आउटस्टैंडिंग, आई मीन दोनों वर्ल्ड क्लास प्लेयर हैं, दोनों इंस्टिंक्टिव प्लेयर हैं बहुत, और जब फ्लो में होते हैं तो बॉलर्स के लिए बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है कंटेन करना। स्पेशली शिखर, रोहित फिर भी थोड़ा टाइम लेके अपनी इनिंग्स को बिल्ड करता है, लेकिन शिखर अगर शुरू में उसको मिल जाए बाउंड्री तो फिर आप यू सेंस कि मतलब बॉलर प्रेशर में वो 4-4, 3-3 बाउंड्री मार सकता है ओवर में। तो उसके पास वो एबिलिटी है, उसका अगेन हेड स्पेस बहुत अच्छा है, अभी बैटिंग बहुत अच्छी कर रहा है। तो हम यही चाहते हैं कि वो कंटिन्यू कर सके, बट बिग मैच टेम्परामेंट दोनों का ही आउटस्टैंडिंग है। और हम लोग बहुत लकी हैं कि हमारी टीम में ऐसे 2 एक सॉलिड ओपनर हैं जो अगर अच्छा खेलते हैं तो बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस मिलता है पूरे ड्रेसिंग रूम को।